Hello, everybody. This is Frank from Frank's Clean Jokes in Athens, Georgia. Hope you're doing well. I've got two really good jokes, and then I am going to break them down and analyze the jokes quickly, very quickly. And then in Frank's classroom, I'm going to talk about alcohol, blood alcohol levels, factors that affect your blood alcohol level, different stages of intoxication, and a couple of other things, okay? I taught DUI classes 17 years, all right? And I haven't taught in 7 years, but I'm just going to cover some real basic stuff, okay? All right, here we go. All right, a man and a giraffe go into a bar, and they sit on the bar stools, and they each order a pitcher of beer, and they drink, and they drink, and they drink, and order more pitchers and more pitchers, and they drink so much, in fact, that the giraffe falls off the stool dead. And the guy that went into the bar with the giraffe gets up to walk out. And the bartender hollers at him, "You're not going to leave that line here." And the drunk man says, "I might be drunk, but at least I know that ain't no dang line. That's a giraffe." Second joke. A man on the street downtown this morning asked me for $1. And I told him I only carry large bills. He said, "Well, I'll take one of them." So I went to my car, I opened the glove compartment and got a bill and handed it to him. My electric bill, $283. All right, let's break down that last joke. So we're now into joke analysis. All right. When the man said, "I only carry big bills," he was trying to tell the guy, "I'm not going to give you any money." But the guy on the street said, "I'll have one of those." So he wanted a 20 or a 50 or a 100. Well, the guy went and got him a bill, but it wasn't the bill he was looking for. All right. Now, the first joke about the man and the giraffe, the bartender says, "You're not going to leave that lying here." Lying, like laying here. You're not going to leave that giraffe lying here or laying here, whatever's proper. All right. But the man who was drunk, because he's drunk, he thought he's saying, "You're not going to leave that lion," like a lion, tiger, whatever, a big ferocious lion. He says, "You're not going to leave that lion here." So the drunk man interpreted as being a lion. And I might be drunk, but even I know that ain't no dang lion. All right. Now, the giraffe died. Well, at what blood alcohol level does a person die? Okay, let me move this. All right, so let me talk about some things. Okay, 40 to 45% blood alcohol level is basically what a human may die at. So let me talk a little bit about alcohol. All right. I drink, but only once. I was in my second year of college, and I drank a lot, played a lot of traveling softball, drank a lot thereafter. And then I'm 73. Since I've been in Athens, I haven't had a beer in 14 years. But I had some problems with alcohol, all right? I tell you what, I don't miss them hangovers. I couldn't handle a hangover personally. So I choose not to drink. Maybe it's just being older and wiser. Alcohol reduces your inhibitions. It makes a lot of people do things they normally wouldn't do. All right, so let's talk. There's a lot of factors that determine your blood alcohol level. Some people call it BAC, blood alcohol concentration. All right. In the state of Georgia, you're legally drunk at 0.08, and I believe that's nationally. See, it used to be 0.10, and the government wanted people to reduce it to 0.08, and most states did, but some didn't. And you know what they did? They withheld federal highway funds from the states that wouldn't lower it from 0.10 to 0.08. And I think I read that one state missed out on like $24 million that 1 year in federal highway funds. So they then fell in line and To my knowledge right now, it's 0.08 blood alcohol level in all 50 states. Okay? All right. But the things that affect your blood alcohol level, there's about 8 or 10 of them. But here are some basics. All right, how much you drink. If you drink 5 beers rather than 2, you get more impaired. Okay? What you drink. All right. In general, beer is 5, 6, 7. Some foreign beers, 8% alcohol. Wine, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14% alcohol. Distilled spirits, liquor, I mean, it could be anywhere from 20 to moonshine, which can be dang near 100%. Okay? And whenever with the distilled spirits and all, when they say proof, whatever they say proof divided by 2, and you have your alcohol percent. So if there's something like 151 rum, be divided by 2 to be 75.5% alcohol. In other words, drinking 12 ounces of pure 151 rum would be the same as drinking 15 beers. It'd have the same amount of alcohol. Okay? Even though both of them are 12-ounce glasses, there's that much alcohol in it. So what you drink is very important. Okay, so how much you drink, what you drink, how fast you drink it. Somebody says, well, I drank 8 beers. Well, if you drank 8 beers in 15 hours and you spread them out, like one every hour and something, hour and a half, hour 45, if you're an average size male, you may or may not even get impaired. But if you drink 8 in 1 hour, you will get as drunk as a red Volkswagen. Okay? All right, that's pretty drunk. All right? So how much you drink, what you drink, how fast you drink it, your gender. In general, females are smaller than males. They have, lower body weight. So typically, 180-pound male, one regular 5% alcohol beer might get him up to a 0.02, 0.03. It might get her up to according to what she weighs. Does she weigh 120? Does she weigh 150? Does she weigh 90? So those little girls that weigh 90 and 105 and all that stuff, one beer might get them up to a 0.04 or more. So there's a lot of factors. Okay, so how much you drink, what you drink, how fast you drink, male or female, your body weight we just talked about, the amount of food in your stomach, how tired you are you sick, do you have a damaged liver, what medications are you on? So alcohol in some medications has a multiplying effect. So I can tell you this, having taught 400 DUI classes, let's say averaging 15 students, multiply that out. I know 4,000, that's 6,000 people. Okay, so I've taught with a lot of people with DUIs, and what we preach in DUI class is make low-risk choices. Okay, but the problem is once somebody starts drinking, their judgment's impaired. How are you going to make the proper decision when your judgment is impaired? All right, now, what is one drink? The definition of one drink is 1/2 ounce of pure alcohol. Okay, so if I say in general, one drink, whether it's beer, liquor, wine, raises 180 to 200-pound guys' blood alcohol level to 0.02, possibly 0.03. 120-pound girl, 0.03, 0.04, 0.45. 280-pounder like me, probably 0.02, 0.025, something like that. Those are general numbers now, okay? Because I just told you there's too many factors that enter into it for me to sit here and compute it. All right, excuse me. But one drink, well, in beer, all right, so here's what you do. You multiply the ounces times the alcohol percent. All right, for example, a 12-ounce beer times 5% alcohol is a 0.60. But see, a 0.50 is one drink. So one beer would actually probably get me at a 0.22, 0.022. Okay? All right? So one drink in a beer is about one beer, 12-ounce beer that's 5%. How about wine? 5 ounces? 5 ounces ain't much. That's less than a half a beer by volume times, let's just say 12%. 5 times 12 is 0.60. That's the same as a 12-ounce beer. That's one drink. Or if you only had a say like 1.5 ounce shot, well, 151 rum, 151 proof divided by 2, 75%. Something that's 40 proof is divided by 2 is 20% alcohol. Something that's 50% divided by 2 is 25% alcohol. All right, so it's a mathematical configuration there. All right. In general, your body cannot metabolize over 1 drink per hour. So if you drink faster than 1 drink per hour, you get impaired. And I know that the reason that a lot of people drink is to get impaired. The buzz, the high. Been there many times years ago. Okay? That's why I drink, the feeling. Well, here's something that happens. All right. At a 0.05 to a 0.08. Well, that could be 1 beer, beer and a half for a 90-pound girl. That could be 2.5 beers up to 4 for a 180-pound guy. So there's a lot of math involved there. But anyway, 0.05 to 0.08, impaired. Judgment affected, reduced inhibitions. Your inhibitions, that's your restraint system. That's the things that hold you back from doing certain things. But when you get impaired, your inhibitions go out the window. And we say and do things we normally wouldn't do. Some people call alcohol the truth serum. Okay? All right, 0.08, as I said before, legally drunk in all 50 states, last I heard. All right, 0.10 to 0.12. Well, that could be 2.5 beers for a little 90 to 100-pound girl. It could be 5 or 6 for an average-sized guy. Slurred speech, physical impairment, loss of some bladder possibility, some control of bladder. 0.13 to 15, blurred vision, loss of consciousness, 15 to 20, somewhere in there. Could be. 0.30 to 0.39, heart rate is going up, irregular breathing, loss of bladder control, possible coma as you get toward 40, 0.40, and 0.40 and 0.45, death for most people. Some people die earlier than that. Okay, so alcohol, if someone drinks alcohol socially but does not get behind the wheel, more power to them. It's like any other vice, okay? A lot of things in moderation are okay, all right? But it's when it goes to excess and when we get behind the wheel, we then endanger the lives of innocent people, including kids. Think about how awful it would be to drive impaired and a kid run out in front of you and you kill a kid. See, we don't, everybody's different. A lot of people don't think about something like that until it happens, and then it's too late. Okay, so your liver is the organ that metabolizes alcohol. What if you got a damaged liver? Doesn't get rid of much. All right, here's the concept. If you have a high tolerance, I've heard many people say, I got a high tolerance. I don't have to worry about getting drunk. Well, if you have a high tolerance, it takes more alcohol to make you feel drunk. But listen to this. When you get stopped by police, it ain't how you feel. It's how much alcohol is in your system. It's a mathematical measurement, okay? Blood alcohol level when you do the breathalyzer. So if you want to know this, okay, it's not how you feel, it's how much alcohol in your system. So having a high tolerance works against you as far as the possibility of getting a DUI. Because if you have a high tolerance and you drink a lot and you feel impaired, you're going to get the DUI. If you have a high tolerance and you've drank 3 or 4 or 5, but you're not feeling that drunk yet, it doesn't matter. Legally, according to what time frame now, you're probably going to get a DUI. So high tolerance does not protect you. All right? So when a person starts drinking, they go from a buzz to euphoria to excitement to confusion to stupor to a coma, possibly to death, as the blood alcohol level goes up and up and up and up. All right? My advice, as a person who's been there, don't drink anything and drive. It's not worth it. Not worth it. I saw so many people lose their jobs, certain jobs. And then, people get injured. Oh, Lord. There was typically about one person per class that had some kind of physical thing that happened because of a car crash when they were driving drunk that they got to put up with the rest of their life. All right? In today's society, you don't have to drive home. If you go downtown to Athens and you're going to drink 7 or 8, get really impaired, hang out with your friends, well, they got designated drivers. Call your brother. Call your best friend. How about this? How about Uber and Lyft? For the 26 months before the pandemic, I drove 5,000 trips with Uber and Lyft, about 4,200 with Uber and about 800 with Lyft. 4,985 trips. I took many a college student home that was impaired. But they did the smart thing as far as not driving. I took some folks home. It was awful. One little girl passed out in the back seat, and I had to call the ambulance from St. Mary's, and they came and got her. She had been, I guess, a roofie or whatever it's called. The guy had given her something to mess her up, and she passed out. They came and got her. So the hospital did a great job. All right. Designated driver, Uber or Lyft, stay at home and drink, stay overnight. All right. So experience is wonderful. I still make a lot of mistakes, but not as many as I used to. But I don't miss the alcohol. I don't miss the hangovers. If you can drink and you can drink responsibly, that's good. More power to you. But if you're one of those people that can't, AA is a great organization. 12-step program, great. Check it out. All right. Bye.